Alright guys, today I'm going to make another talk video, and I'm going to be talking about something, just one of my theories about the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. We might even go to the 7th, 8th, 9th, and maybe 10th, and 11th. I think there's 11, but we'll see. We'll see how far I get. So, I'll do this in blue. So, you guys know there's zero dimension, which is a point. Just a point. That's really small. Okay, just a point. So you have 1 point, which doesn't have any size or anything. It's just a location. So we got that location over there, and we got this location over here. Actually, no, I don't want to confuse you guys too much, so I'm just going to do it here. So then, we got these 2 points. We can connect them with a line. You guys know this. You got a line, and then, now we have one dimension. This one-dimensional line. And then, we can put something collinear, which means on the same line as it. And this guy is in one dimension. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you guys know this. You can go forward or back on this one-dimensional line. Then we have 2 dimensions. You guys know. You guys have been graphing. But, we have 2 dimensions. So instead of just going on this one line, we can also go up on this line. So we can go 1 over, 4 up. We can go 2 over, or 3 over even, and 3 up. And we can even draw lines between those. So, there's a lot you can do. Then, you guys get all that. Now, we also have a 3rd dimension, which is what you guys are living in, and what you guys are living in right now. So, 3rd dimension, if you don't know how to graph it, it's not that hard. So, what you do it like this, and you graph it like this. So first, let's say we have this coordinate that we want to graph, and this is a location. We go forward 1, and so this is the x, this is the y, this is the z. So we go forward 1, and then we go over here 3, so about there, and then we don't go up any. Let's say we want to go up 9. We go up 9. So now this point is at 1, 3, 9. That's the exact location. Obviously, we can draw, if we connect up enough points, we can draw figures in this. If we spend enough time, we could draw you and me. We could be here and be in our 3 dimensions, but obviously I can't really model that too much. I don't know what I just drew there. Okay, I'm gonna retry that. But obviously we can't model 3 dimensions here because I'm only in 2 dimensions on this screen. But in real life, you would be in 2 dimensions. So we could say this point right here, your finger is, what would we say? That's over 1, I guess. Then up, or over 1, then up like 3. So we could say that's 1, 1, 3. Sorry, I'm new to graphing on a 3 dimensions, but it's not that hard. So that's the most that we know for sure because we're living in it. Now, here we go to the theories. So you guys probably knew all that, but now we have what we call the 4th dimension. So the way I like to think of it is two coordinate planes, or 2 planes. So we have one plane, which is your location. So this is the one we just drew, and we'll say you're just a point. So let's say you're a point at 3, 3, 3. Okay. So you're at 3, 3, 3. So you're up here. Alright, so then what we want to do is, we're only in four dimensions. We'll get to 5 and 6. But you're on a number line. You guys remember this number line? So 2 points, the start of the universe and the end of the universe. Those are the 2 points. And we have a line of, or one end of the universe. There's, a lot of ends that could happen. But this is the start of the universe, because we know what the start of the universe is. Actually, not for sure, but there is one start that has been decided. Then there's an end of the universe, not the end, but an end. So what we do is, let's say we are right here, and this is we'll say February 15th 2024 at 6 o'clock, and that is the exact time that we are at this position. Okay, so this gives us 3 dimensions. So I would almost want to say we could do it like, we could graph it like this. I would almost want to say we could do that. So we have 4 dimensions. So this is the 4th, and then these are the first 3. I'd almost want to say we could do that. But here's the thing. This is just my theories, guys. I want to say something. If anyone has any like tips or anything they could have, tell me in the comments, because I want other opinions to think about. Let's get a new color. But this is just a theory. I don't know that much about this. I'm just kind of trying to play around in my head with this, and I thought I might make a video and just talk to you guys about it. So let's say time has a y value. Now, I know this is a weird thought, because we think of time as, technically we are 4-dimensional beings, because we, right now, from the time I made this video, so let's think about this. From the time I made this video, and this is going to be a really short timeline. So this is video start and end. So this is the end of the video, this is the start. We're about right here. You are here. And I can only go forward. I can't go back to the beginning, but I can go forward. So technically I'm in 4 dimensions right now, because I'm going forward through time, and I'm in a specific time, so 6 o'clock. So I'm in actually a specific time, if you think about that. I don't know, it's just kind of something I've been thinking about, because people say we're in 3 dimensions. If I was a 3-dimensional being, I would be in this spot right here. I'm not going to draw it again. I'd be in this spot, but I wouldn't be able to move or be in, I wouldn't know what time I'm in. I know what time I'm in. I don't know, just a thought. But let's say time has a y. Okay, so I know this is kind of weird, but if time has a y, then we can graph all these different points in time. So we can do all this. So instead of just being this one little thing, and this is what I'll call your universe, and I'm getting into some Loki stuff, like that show Loki. So this is your universe, this is your timeline, and my handwriting's horrible too, so you guys just have to listen to me. There could be this universe over here, there could be this universe over here, and my theory is that there is one end, but that hasn't been decided yet. So there's all these ends at the end. Okay? And let's say I'm this guy right here. So everything's been decided, and all these don't exist anymore. Because in 5 dimensions, I'm just kind of spitballing here. In 5 dimensions, I would think that all the choices, so let's say there's a guy right here, and this is my great times 1 million, pa. So this is my great grandpa. He could have made this decision, but he didn't. He made this decision to make me go to this timeline, and then that made me. Maybe if he made this decision, we would be on a different timeline, and I wouldn't even exist. This video wouldn't even come out, and this end would be impossible, because I wouldn't be here. and I have to be here for this end, because this end involves me. Okay, does that make sense? But he didn't do that, and I'm here. And I thank him for that. But he didn't do that. So, I'm not X'd out. Now, there could have been an alternate universe of me. Now you guys see where all the Marvel stuff comes in. An alternate universe of me up here that can never exist because this guy did not choose this decision. He chose this decision. So whatever that is, maybe that's decision is marrying this girl over marrying this girl. Or it could just be something as simple as there's a fork in the road and he went this way instead of going that way. But here's a funny thing about quantum physics. You can take both ways. So, now we get into something really weird. So I'm going to get rid of all this. So, I don't know much about quantum physics. I've read a bit. But you can take both paths. So, there was this one study done where these guys had these things with these holes in it. And they have this gun, this little laser gun. And it shoots it right in the middle. So this is the exact middle. So these are both congruent. And it shoots these electrons in the middle and they bounce through in here. And then there's another thing over here that collects them and it has like all the electrons. So this thing just shoots electrons. But what? That's just randomness because of this is all the same. So this is the same thing shooting this same thing, which has the same chance to do this. So what would sway it to going that way or that way? I don't know. Maybe it could be something just as slightly off, but I don't think any one thing was off. But you get all these things. And also something else weird, when they had a camera looking at it, it has different probability because you're seeing it. So once you see this probability that this happens, this has to happen because you've seen it. This can't happen because you've already seen this happen. So how can this happen? It's just my understanding. So the funny thing is, people think, okay, so when you're shooting this, maybe these two are bouncing off each other, and because you're like shooting it in a random spot, it bounces over there. So they did it. Okay, we're only gonna shoot one at a time. Still did it. So quantum physics is weird, guys. I mean, I don't know. But and this is just my understanding of it. But there was a point in it where I think you shot one in, and it could take both sides. But once you looked at one side and you saw it, the other one died. So you had electrons. Once you looked at it, you had electrons from shooting one. And you guys should look into this too, because I don't know that much about it. You've got two. So it split and took both roads. Isn't that kind of weird? So it split and took both roads. So that's what I'm thinking about this time. And you guys should look into all this. It's kind of weird. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me do this. But we've got our timeline, and obviously you guys get the position thing, so I'm just going to have this. And I'll get into the third dimension of time, but we're just going to have two dimensions. We have this. And this guy did take both of these, is my theory. Because if that thing can happen where there's electron in both spots, it did happen where he took this path. So this is where you get alternate universes, or what are parallel universes? Yeah, parallel. So this one's parallel to this, and the only thing different from these two universes is that this guy, 1,000,000 years ago, chose to marry this girl instead of this girl.